Hi, this is Jane Ratliff with Blue Hair Technology Group, and today's lesson is going to be about the Health app. The Health app that comes standard on either your iPhone or your iPad, but we're going to be working with the iPhone today. A lot of you don't know that the Health app comes standard on the iPhone as well as the iPad, and there's a really neat feature in this Health app that you really you want to be aware of, and it's called In Case of Emergency. Many of you refer to it as ICE, I-C-E, in case of emergency, and probably many of you have put that in your contacts, which is fine, which is great, but this one is even better, and I'll tell you why. So the first thing we're going to do is actually look for the Health app. So again, you're going to swipe back and forth and try to find the Health app, and many of you might not be able to find it. So remember, with your swipe down, just type in Health, H-E-A, and there it comes, right there, your Health app. Many of you, like I said, many of you maybe didn't even know you had it. And unless you have a watch, an iWatch, or other devices that connect to the Health app, you probably are going to get what I have right here. No data, no data. And that's okay. We're not worried about that. We're going to go over to the very far right where it says Medical ID and tap on that. Now, I have a little bit of information in here that I entered, but there is a lot more information that you can enter. So what we're going to do now, if you have some information, you still need to have more than what is here. So we're going to tap the edit button up at the top. And let me just briefly mention that emergency personnel, people that come to either your home or to the scene of an accident, are trained to look for phones in the car and look for this information. And one of the big benefits of having your emergency information in the Health app is the very first function, which it says show when locked. And you want to have that turned on. Again, if it's not green, it's not on. So tap it and it will turn green. Think about it. You've been in an accident, you haven't touched your phone for a couple of minutes and it's locked. They're not going to be able to get into that your contacts and find your in case of emergency person. In this instance, this information does show when your phone is locked. So that's probably the #1 reason why you want to do this. So you can put your name in there, you can put your date of birth, and here is where you can start entering information that's important for those emergency personnel to know about you, especially if you're unconscious. Your medical conditions, if you wanted to enter it, remember all you need to do is just tap, enter the information. Medical notes, allergies and reactions. Those of you who have allergies and reactions, you know how important it is that they know this information. Any medications that you take, you can put in here. And this is the important stuff. And I left this blank so I can show you exactly how to put it in. It's the emergency contacts that you want people to call. So this plus button right here, if I tap that, it brings up your contacts. So you have to have your emergency contacts in your contacts. But I'm going to put in my brother. His name is Tom. He likes to call himself Tommy sometimes, so I'll say Tommy. There's Tommy Ratliff right there. So I'm going to tap Tommy Ratliff. And when I select my brother, it comes up with, well, which one do you want? Do you want to select his home number or his cell phone? Well, I'm going to select his cell phone because that's the one he's on. So I'm going to tap mobile. And it then asks, what's the relationship? Who is this person to you? And you have a whole bunch of different things, but right there is brother, so I'm going to select brother. I'm also going to add a second one, so I just tap that green. I'm going to add my other brother, Jim. We have a very all-American family. Tom and Jim. Jim Ratliff, R. And there he is right there, Jim Ratliff. So I'm going to tap Jim Ratliff. And he is also a brother. Now, I only have one number in there for him. That's why it didn't come up and ask me which number I wanted to use. So I'm going to select brother. And now I have my 2 brothers in there who are the ones that I want. I could add more people if I want to. You can enter your blood type, which I've already done, A positive, whether or not I'm an organ donor, my weight, that's probably right, and then your height. And this tells you here, just so you know, this information isn't shared. And then if you needed to delete the medical ID for any reason, if you were giving this phone to someone else, you can delete the medical information. But after you're done entering all this information, you tap done. And now your medical information is in there for people to access in case of an emergency. And it's a much better place to put it here than in your contacts for the reason I stated earlier, which is if your phone is locked, they can't get to the information. So make sure you check out the Health app and come over here to the medical ID information and go ahead and enter your information. And make sure you hit the done button and you'll be all set. I'm Jane Ratliff with Blue Hair Technology Group.